Hello, everyone. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes for everyone to join because there are people joining right now. Just wait for a minute. We start at like 11:02 or 11:03. Good. We have a good turnout on a Sunday morning, 176 and still coming in. Okay, I think we can start. Um, in case you're missing it, don't worry. This recording is going to get uploaded on YouTube. So don't worry about missing anything in the beginning, and you can also ask. Welcome to everyone for this fourth edition of the Lodha Genius Ashoka University Programme 2026. And thank you for coming on a Sunday. We kept it on a Sunday because I think that's the only time where we could get people to the coming to the webinar. And we are very excited to have you all here. I think it's a mixed crowd, probably. There are teachers, students, parents. So the idea is to get you introduced to the Lodha Genius Ashoka University Programme. And this has been a really great venture for the past 4 years right now, 3 years. And it's amazing to see the kind of responses that we get from many of the students. We want maximum students to participate in it. And this is why we are trying to reach out to each one of you to start this webinar. So before we get into the details, I think we'll also have an introduction of the team. And also before that, I'd like to call upon Professor K. VijayRaghavan, who is the chair of the Science Advisory Council of Ashoka, and also who is the reason for why we are here and why the program exists and how it began. So I would like to ask Vijay to come and speak to all of you today. Over to you, Vijay.
Thank you very much, Ambika. I'd like to start by saying that this program is really one of the most exciting changes I've seen in the science education landscape in the country. And this is due to the visionary leadership of the Lodha Foundation, the team there, and Abhishek Lodha, working with the team here at Ashoka, led by Ambika, and you'll see all the others on the team, and Prasenjit Patil will introduce them to you. Now, I have had a lot of experience as principal scientific advisor to the government, other roles in government, and an institution building on science and science institutions in India and all over the world. But one of the important gaps which was there is a way by which talented people can be exposed to the wonderful curiosity and opportunities which science offers on a slightly larger scale than what has been happening, which is substantially through random collisions of interesting people running into each other. And that's why this program, the Lodha Genius program, started to have a structured way of taking the brightest and the best from all over the country and exposing them to the brightest and the best teachers and interactions from all over the country and all over the world. And the first year when we started this, when the team here put this in place in partnership with the Lodha Foundation, we were very nervous. How many people will come? Will they be able to stay for a month? What will they do? And how will they go back? And this turned out to be more rewarding than we could ever imagine. And that's because not only was it a 1 month experience, all taken care of, your accommodation and your travel and everything else which you need, but it was also followed up later on through online tools and methods so that you were always part of the LGP. Once you came there, you are always a part of that. And the students now, many of them have gone on to do wonderful things. They're alums always, and they keep interacting with us. And we've also created such a large network of teachers nationally and internationally. And our initial worry was, will they come the next year, the teachers? And now they're always asking, when can we come? We're so excited by this. So it's not just something which we have done, all of you have done, which is, comparable to the best in the world, but it's got extraordinary, unique features which other programs in the rest of the world don't have. Other programs are very tightly focused. There are math programs or environmental programs and so on. But, those are all silos which humans have created. Nature doesn't have those barriers. You need math in astronomy, you need math in sociology and economics. And that's why this program, which is open to all kinds of approaches and gets the curiosity driven solutions to those problems, or at least an understanding, is unique compared to everywhere in the world. So it's another exciting year coming up, and all of you parents and students will be very excited to see what can be done. I must assure you that the team is tremendously responsive. You'll have lots of questions. Many of the answers are available to you on the website, but don't hesitate to ask and don't hesitate to have fun, both for the students and the parents and guardians and others. So thank you very, very much. It's really wonderful to have you all here. And over to you, Prasenjit.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vijay. Welcome everyone again. I'm Prasenjit. I work as a program manager for Lodha Genius Ashoka University Program. I'll just take a short moment for the team as well to introduce themselves. And you will be seeing a lot of us once you are in LGP and while you are in the process of the entire admission and selection process. So let's start with the team introducing themselves.
Good morning, everyone. I will go first. My name is Rehan Galib, and I'm working as a deputy manager for operations. It's really good to see such good numbers early in the morning. So excited to see everyone who also is excited to know more about the program. We will get to know each other better in the future. Siddharth, I will tag you.
Hello, hi everyone. It's really nice to see you all on a Sunday morning. I work as assistant manager for operations, and it's really nice to see you all today. Utsav, you can go ahead.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Utsav, working as a deputy manager for outreach at the Lodha Genius Ashoka University Program. Really nice to have all of you here. Manisha, you can go after.
Hey everyone, good morning. So I'm working in the capacity of manager for operations and partnerships. And I think if you're here in the webinar on a Sunday morning, you have already crossed the first stage. So we really hope that you will become the part of LGB 26. All the best. Thank you.
Right. Satyam, would you like to go?
Hi, hello everyone. Satyam this side from Lodha Foundation. Proceed, you can continue with the interaction. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. So before we jump into the webinar, I'll quickly give some pointers on how the webinar is going to be. So basically, we'll have a 15-minute to 20-minute presentation on overall what the program is, what all aspects are covered, what is in store for you all. And in the meantime, if you have any questions while the presentation is going on, you need to put your questions in the Q&A section that you see. Please do not put questions in the chat because it will be difficult for us to answer all the queries if you post it in the chat window, and it might also go in the trail. If you post it in the Q&A, we'll be able to answer each and every questions promptly. Once the webinar presentation ends, we'll open the floor for questions. So that is also the time when you can use the raise hand feature and unmute yourself. We'll let you in. You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Great. So to give an idea about, like, of course, Vijay has given a very solid context setting for at on about the background of LGAUP. It is also with Lodha Foundation's vision to support in making India a fully developed nation in the by the year 2047. And when we look at that vision, it is essentially important that we equip today's youth with necessary skill sets. And there are three aspects that we are looking at when we look at it. And it is also something that we want to do as a complementary aspect to the school curriculum. So one is, of course, to have a niche curriculum and pedagogy reform, which is more curiosity driven and intended to build a strong lateral thinking. There is a requirement to build 21st century skill sets, which are absolutely essential, not only in the context of engaging with the course or engaging with the curriculum, but also when you look at it on a longer course, when during your undergraduate studies, or also when you join a workforce. These are absolutely crucial skill sets that are required. And the last is that the learning need not be very passive in nature, driven by textbooks, and it has to be there has to be an element of real world connection. So there is also niche focus on creating an experiential and hands-on learning experience for you all. And to address these three aspects primarily, LGAUP wants to identify, groom, and mentor gifted students such as yourself, and bring them together, have them put through a series of rigorous interdisciplinary curriculum and experiences. And later on, the intent is that you can use this knowledge, skill sets for the benefit of the nation. Now, to look at a micro level on what makes the Lodha Genius Ashoka University program interesting, we are focusing on four broad aspects. One is that we want to cultivate an academic excellence and innovation. We want to build an academic rigor and exposure by giving you exposure to different concepts and ideas, and it need not be a silo in nature. These are all interdisciplinary in nature, for example combining arts and astronomy. And of course there is an obsessive focus on the cutting edge research in all of these different streams. We also want to build skill sets in terms of curiosity and problem solving skills. When you look at the course concept, it need not be just a knowledge consumption, but the intent is how you can connect the content that you are learning to the real world scenarios, and how can you build a problem solving mindset in those. And lastly, when you look at any of the problems in society, it cannot be solved in silo. It is absolutely important that you work together with people who bring in different skill sets. You think of a problem that bothers you most, you create more innovative solutions for it. And that requires cultivating a leadership and collaboration skills, which are not only important in today's context, but also in real world otherwise. And that is one of the core backbone that we center our courses along with that. And lastly, as Lodha Genius Ashoka University program is a fully funded program, which means that there are no costs involved for students to come here or to until the time that you are engaged in LGAUP. It is important that when you yourself are a beneficiary of such a great initiative, uh, it is also a responsibility to translate this knowledge otherwise to your friends, and also at a larger level when you are in a position to contribute towards nation. So it is that is something with the value that LGAUP was formed. And that is something that we also want to cultivate in all the students who are part of the cohort. So cultivating community and national ethics is one of the aspects that we are focusing on. Now, to look at how a journey for a student at LGAUP looks like, it's broadly categorized into three aspects. First is on-campus engagement, where you will have a 4-week residential summer experience at Ashoka University, where there would be you'll develop hands-on learning experience through interdisciplinary courses and build interpersonal skills and life skills at Ashoka. Then there is continued learning and access to opportunities. I'll delve on the other aspects of it in some time, but to focus on campus engagement, we basically are looking at 5 set of interventions in your experience. The first is academic bridge program. So this is something that we start before the on-campus experience starts. It is essentially built to uh, to hone solid communication skills in students, how to speak effectively and how to communicate your ideas persuasively are the core component that is covered in the academic bridge program. This course is conducted online. It is not mandatory for all the students, but for students who think they can benefit the most from it are the ones who are part of academic bridge program. Now coming on from there to the science projects and workshops. All of the project science workshops are basically curated for grade 9 and 10th students. And science project is essentially for 11 to 12 students. Both of the projects and workshops, for workshops it is essentially it's hands-on. B, it's interdisciplinary in nature, which means that it would be a mix of two different subjects or probably more. It's done at a weekly basis and you get to choose which subjects you want to opt for and learn from. While science project is a month-long engagement. We'll have a more detailed idea on what are these components later on in the subsequent webinars, but today I'll just do some context setting for it. In mathematics, it is slightly beyond what you have observed mathematics majorly in your school, which is solving or creating solutions for the problems that are provided. Here, the mathematics that we look at is very much connected to the real world scenario. How do you observe mathematics in music? Or how is mathematics involved in something like origami? Those are the crucial aspects that we'll focus on in mathematics. In Great Ideas Seminar is an avenue for you to engage with global researchers and practitioners coming across the globe. It is a platform where you will learn about their journey, about how their trajectory is, their area of focus, and also get an opportunity to engage with them directly. And lastly, beyond the curriculum in STEM, it is also important that you equip yourself with the life skills. So we have also something called non-academic workshops, which is aimed at instilling life skills. For example, financial literacy, design thinking, which is basically an aspect on how you look at the problems in society and come up with innovative solutions for it. So these are broadly some of the gist of the things that are covered in on-campus experience. Uh, to give an idea, and like of course, since all of you would be here, it is important that we give an idea on how we do it. So there is a vast variety of academic and non-academic staff that we have while your stay at Ashoka University happens for on-campus engagement. We have roughly 4:1 faculty to student ratio. By faculty, I mean the entire course instruction team that comprises of faculty members, program interns, program instructors, and teaching assistants, who essentially are undergraduate, masters, and PhD students at your course. The idea also is for you to receive personalized attention and so that you are able to excel in the courses that you are part of. In addition to this, there would be remedial classes, discussion sessions, doubt classes for you to have a more deliberate engagement, not only during the course, but outside the courses as well. In addition to this, there are 6 support staff, which is wardens and matrons who would be staying with you in your residential complexes, who you can reach out to for anything that you need while you are staying at Ashoka University. These are broadly the courses. Since I had I won't deliberate much into the courses and what it is, but these are the courses which were offered in LGAUP 2025, which is the residential campus experience that happened in the month of May to June this year. As you can see broadly from the name, some of them are a mix of two different courses clubbed together. We have some courses in sciences as well in the domain of astronomy, physics, chemistry, using biology and coding. And in addition, there are niche courses like branding and communications, which are also translating to more hardcore industry skill sets. Moving on to once students are done with the on-campus engagement at Ashoka University, they are part of something called as LGP continued learning. The idea of continued learning is to slightly narrow down your interests and pick a course, have a 5 month engagement in it through our learning and development module, and you would work. Again, the courses are conducted either online or they are conducted by a self-paced in a self-paced mode, which would be done in live classes format. And each course culminates to a tangible project output. So in the duration of 5 months, you will be, of course, acquiring new set of knowledge, but you will also be involved in applying that knowledge to a real world context, and you will be creating a project out of it. The second is that since all of you would be in a grade group of 9 to 12, which are extremely crucial in terms of narrowing down things in terms of what kind of colleges you should consider post 12th. What is the undergraduate specialization that you would require? There are different conferences, competitions that you would want to be part of. And all of that requires some guided support and a structured brainstorming. So that is what is covered in mentorship. And lastly, with access to opportunities, I'll come down to that point again in some time. These are few of the courses that are offered as a part of continued learning. Again, these are the courses that are offered this year. We'll have and we'll talk about them in detail in our subsequent webinars. And of course, some of the courses would change for the LGAUP cohort of 2026. Some glimpses of the live classes that were conducted uh, in this year, and it is still going on. Coming to mentorship, so in mentorship, we are basically looking at four areas of support. One is the academic support, which is all things academics as a part of your continued learning module, or even if you have any queries with regards to your school curriculum, those are the aspects that could be taken care in the academic support. In the college career pathways, it is essentially to have a structured brainstorming in terms of, say, if you have a specific colleges to consider or you are considering for your undergraduate application, to perhaps speak to people who are already currently studying in those colleges, or also to also speak to few of the professors who are in that domain to have a more understanding on what would the undergraduate experience entail, what are the possible pathways that one can explore after the graduation, or slightly a level ahead, before, which would be like narrowing down your undergraduate specialization choices, or also not narrowing down your college prospects. So those are the aspects that would be covered in our mentorship and career slash college pathways. There's professional skill development, which essentially is with the very tangible aspects of, say, if you're applying for a college and you need support with the application process, such as an SOP review, or if you are applying for a conference and you need again a review for your application, or any other, if you are working on a research proposal and need some inputs on how you can refine it and make it better, and what are the aspects that you need to focus on, are the professional skill developments that are broadly brought up. And the lastly is the guided support, which is very student specific. Now, when I like, we of course put in three broad buckets, but there are still more avenues where students have more support required. Say if you have a certain idea in terms of a project or a startup that you want to run, and you need uh, you need some mentoring in those in terms of getting more contacts or connecting to the uh, specific field experts. So those are the aspects that we would make it possible under our mentorship support for LGAUP. Lastly, once a student is done with on-campus engagement and continued learning, we also want the learning not to be restricted within the ecosystem of Ashoka University or LGAUP. We also believe that it is important for students to have uh, a real world learning experience. And in that spirit, we have for students who consistently engage well and perform well at LGAUP are also provided access to different opportunities, which are broadly, we can look at it in four aspects. The first is internship, which is opportunity to work with organizations and universities to gain a hands-on experience. Um, Few of our students this year went to science internship program at University of California, Santa Cruz. This is a unique opportunity for students to work on real research projects with which are floated across, which are currently in progress, and you would work on a small chunk of that research bit, of course, based on what is your area of interest. And it is a unique opportunity to work on tangible research problems as a high school student. There are field visits, which essentially is to build an immersive learning experience. Few of our students went to GMRT and CRA campus in Pune to to have to interact with the scientists there and observe the radio observatory. Few of our students are going in a few weeks to the forensic lab in Jaipur to understand how investigation for real world case crime cases happens. Few of our students are going to lie in a forest in near Bangalore to experience the ecology there. So these are also an extension of the existing courses where you will be able to go and have an immersive learning experience in those aspects. There are competitions and conferences where students go for. A few of our students last year went for Design for Change conference in Dubai, where they had created a solution for one of the problem statements about providing socio-emotional learning in the Kashmir region. Few of our students also prepared for E-Team, which is a European Mathematics Olympiad competition, and they went to France this year and secured a second position. And lastly, when all of this is happening, and since LGP is from grade 9 to grade 12, once you pass out from grade 12 and you're looking for college options, there are also scholarship opportunities that are made available. So, two aspects to it. One is that if an LGAUP student considers to apply for Ashoka University for their undergraduate, so there is a merit scholarship made available. Like, of course, the caveat there is that it depends on your engagement and performance at LGAUP. And of course, Ashoka University also offers a financial aid scholarship as well for students, given that you are eligible for it and how much you are eligible to receive it. In addition to that, Lodha Foundation has also set up a scholarship process where they are offering partial and full merit and need based scholarship to the students. And there would of course be a streamlined process, and like we'll of course communicate that in the subsequent webinars on how that process would be, how do you apply, what are the requirements that are there to receive it. But it is still a unique aspect in terms of having avenues to get scholarships, so that your education experience or even the aspirations in terms of the colleges that you are looking for are not hindered by the financial constraints. So that is broadly the ecosystem of how LGAUP looks like, what is in its store for you. I'll quickly take a moment now that the applications for LGAUP are already open. I'll quickly walk you through the timelines. Some of that is already available on the website, but I thought it, since all of you are here, it is good to walk through it. So the applications have opened on December 1st, 2025. The application is till January 15th. It hardly takes 5 minutes to fill your application. So if in case you are yet to do it, please do it today. If you are already in process, I would suggest just take out some time today, right after the webinar, and submit your applications. Uh, Once you have successfully submitted your applications, you will be having an online admission test. The details of the test again we'll tell later on in the subsequent webinars. But for now, if you want to get some idea, there is handbook available on the website. You can just skim through it. There is some change in the platform, so please don't refer to that. But you will get an idea of how the structure of the test looks like, what are the kind of questions that are being asked. Once you made it, once you complete and are selected after the admission test, you will be invited for an online interview, which is required and which is primarily aimed to understand your candidature better. And once you clear the interview, you will be inducted into LGUP cohort of 2026. The on-campus experience that we spoke before and that happens at Ashoka University will be 4 weeks, which will start from May 16 to June 15. And once you are done with the on-campus engagement, from July onwards, the continued learning aspect starts. Now, how to apply? The program is currently eligible for students who are currently in grade 8 to grade 11, meaning that they will go in grade 9 in the in May 2026, which means that when you are formally enrolled into LGAUP, or the grade 11 students who will be in grade 12. Rest of the selection process we just discussed it in the preceding slide, so I'll move past that. On how to apply, you have to visit www.lodhageniusprogram.com. This is the website page that you will encounter. You have to click on apply now, and once you start your application, there is this preferred program in which there are two drop downs. You have to select Ashoka University Program, because the discussion that we are having is the program that happens at Ashoka University. And after that, you have to fill in your details and submit. Once you submit, the application process will start and you have to spend some time filling the form. It asks for basic details right now, so it wouldn't take much time for you to fill it. And that is broadly it. Once you are done and submitting the application, please be careful of the email ID that you are putting, because that email ID would be the email ID that will be used to send you further communications. So my suggestion would be to use the email ID that you have an easy access to, so that you do not miss out on any communications. And if you have any queries while your application process or regarding application process, you can reach out to our email ID and the helpline numbers in the chat. Rehan, can you please put those in the chat box for everyone to see? And that should be it. The team should be able to respond to you. I mean, with helpline, it would be faster. With emails, I'm sure it would be under 24 hours. And that should clarify your doubts, right? And that is it. These are some testimonials that students have shared. Students, few of our NGO partners, few of the teachers that we are working with, parents who have given a feedback for Lodha Genius Ashoka University Program. I'll take a pause here now and open the floor for questions. So if there are any recurring questions in the Q&A, maybe the team can just tell me here and I can address them. If not, like, there is also an option to raise hands and I'll take the questions.
So one of the questions which is common is that what exactly would be asked in the national level test? That's one of the common questions.
Right. So it would not be essentially related to your school curriculum. There are two aspects to it. One is the mathematics, which would have questions which would test your logical reasoning, like logical reasoning and basic aptitude. The second is general aptitude, which are more social reasoning questions. If you are put in a certain situation, you have to come up with and there are certain options placed there. You have to come up with your judgment on what is the best possible approach in that scenario. And the third is science aptitude, which again has questions based on science to test your scientific inquisitiveness. So those are broadly the things that would be covered in the test. If students are also opting for advanced mathematics, then it would have more, it would be slightly more on the heavier of mathematics aspects of questions. You can also refer to the test handbook, which is being made present. Like for students who are yet to fill the application form, for them there is an option if you are in grade 11th and 12th to choose between science track and math track, and based on that your test would also change. So I would strongly suggest that have a look at the test handbook as well. And we are doing a webinar very soon on the test components. So that would also clarify these questions. But for now, these are broadly the things: general aptitude, science aptitude, and mathematics. These are the three aspects that you have to focus on.
Some students are asking regarding the available mentorship opportunities during on-campus and online, in which they want to understand that what kind of support system will be provided under the mentorship program.
So we have discussed the support ecosystem that is offered in mentorship, which is broadly would be done at on campus. This would be available during continued learning. The same components would be available in on campus as well, because since all of us, including faculties, TAs, and program interns and instructors, would be at campus, for any of the things that you have, you can always reach out to us, and we will communicate. We'll connect you to the most relevant person who is present at campus, and then we can take the conversation ahead. Even if the person is not present at campus at that point, we'll make those connections happen, and then we can you along with the mentor can take the conversation ahead.
The third question is around eligibility again, although we have tried answering that in the query. So if we could just like repeat which grades are eligible to apply.
Right. So during the time of application, which is right now in the next one month, students who are currently studying in grade 8, 9, 10th, and 11th are eligible to apply. Meaning that you will all be in your grade of 9, 10th, 11th, 12th in May 2026.
Okay, next question is around the student-teacher ratio, which a lot of students have asked.
What is the question there?
So the question is that when we have the courses like on campus, since we have new set of students every year, or including also the previous cohorts, so how do we manage the student-to-teacher ratio during the courses on campus?
So the number of students who will be part of a specific course is already capped. That is decided beforehand. And the course allocation is slightly on a first come first serve basis. So basis that, since the cohort size for every course is fixed, so that way we are also able to maintain the ratio. And when we look at a class, it is a mix of course instructor who is the faculty, and along with that there would be teaching assistants, program interns, and instructors who are masters, PhD, and undergraduate students, depending on the need of the courses and requirement. And in terms of when we look at the entire course instruction team and a fixed cohort size for each course, that is how we are able to maintain the ratio.
One more question, which is pretty common, is that where can they access sample questions or student handbook and every material which can help them to prepare for the test?
Right. So right now you can refer to the last year's one is what I would suggest to get a preliminary idea. But I think next to next Sunday we are doing a dedicated webinar for test, when we'll also deliberate more into detail. But that would also give, but that is more emphasis on you understanding how the test platform would be, what are the pointers that you need to keep in mind. But for now, I think that website link or something is available on the website. Rehan, if you could just guide them or post that website link in the chat for everyone to just have a look at it.
Yeah, I'll post that link in the chat.
Yes.
The next question is around trying to understand all the steps which it takes for a student to get selected into the program. Apart from the national test, if there is anything else which they require to clear.
Yeah, so there's a national test. After that, there is an online interview that you need to clear. And The online interview again is a conversation between the LGP team and the students, the candidates. And once those parameters are met, then you are selected into cohort. So one more step after you clear the test and you are shortlisted after the test.
The next question is around whether students will have access to this PPT or the webinar which we are doing, whether they will get the recording.
Yes, the recording of this webinar will be uploaded on YouTube. So they'll get a recording. Also, the participants who are here and who have registered for the webinar will also will also share the recording of this with them.
Yeah, the other questions are around the technical issues which they are facing in the application. So we are sharing the forms link for that. I think these were the most common questions. Maybe someone else can add from the team.
Yeah, we have raised hands. Do you want to move to that?
Yes. Please let one by one, and that's good.
We have Sharayu. Can you unmute yourself, please? Go ahead.
Am I audible, sir? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, this side Sharayu. I'm currently in 9th class, and during the program, I'll be in 10th class. So, like, while filling the application, I got to choose between Ashoka University and ISA Pune. So, I went for ISA program, but since then, I've been receiving mails and Zoom meetings naming Ashoka University. So, I just wanted to know, like, whether my application is currently recorded or the mails are automatically like processed, or it's like saved. Can you please specify?
So if you have selected the ISER program, your application would be taken or would proceed for the ISER program itself. Regarding the emails, Satyam, would you like to just address this? Oh, okay. So regarding email, I think that would have been an email sent to all the applicants or like people who have applied. So that is how it is currently.
So like
We'll change that.
okay, so are the things same for Ashoka University NISA program?
No, so that I will not be the best person to reply, but like the components for Ashoka University and ISER are different. The webinar content that we discussed today is exclusively curated and delivered at Ashoka University.
So like how will I know about the ISA program?
For that, you will receive perhaps a communication from the ISER team, and they'll be able to address or answer those questions the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Lavish, can you please unmute?
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So my question is that I have selected mathematics in the application form and I want to know what are the different aspects and differences between the science and math in grade 10th. So if I want to reconsider to select science, can I be able to do that?
So you will have to write an email on the email ID that was shared in the chat about it, and then it would be addressed there.
Yes, sir. What are the differences between the mathematics field and science field in grade 10th? I want to know.
So in grade 10, I mean, for grade 9th and 10th, it's a different junior track. Since you are currently in grade 10th, you will be in grade 11th when you join LGP. I'll tell you difference between if one opts for a science track or a maths track. For a student who opts for science track will have mathematics course in the morning, and then they will be part of science project in the afternoon. The science project in the afternoon, it's a month-long project. You will be part of one project, and then it would involve teaching plus lab activities some experiments depending on the nature of the project that you are in. But it's a 1 month long engagement. If you are in mathematics track, you will be having mathematics in the morning and afternoon as well. So basically, your broad engagement would only be mathematics, but of course, it would be different aspects and different courses and different focus areas in mathematics.
Okay, sir. So in the science field, we will also be able to grasp about mathematics too, right?
Yes, in the morning sessions are for mathematics.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, Rehan, can we let the next person in? Okay.
Afia Sharki, can you please go ahead?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, what is the marks distribution for the entrance exam? So, like, how much percentage of marks are assigned for those maths, science, and social questions? Like, what's
It's
the
an equal weightage. There is no dedicated weightage for different components of it. There is no negative marking, and some questions would be multiple choice, some would be subjective, some would be uh, multiple choice with multiple answers correct.
so like equal focus on all questions?
Equal focus on all questions.
Yash Agarwal, please go ahead.
Yes, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
I just wanted to ask, how will this entire cohort, I'm sorry, in this university program, help me to get into some good college? Like, I want to work in the field of research and eventually get my PhD. So, how can this help me?
So one is that, like, with the nature of the courses that you will have, and since all of them are hands-on, you will build preliminary research skill and how research actually looks like at while your experience at LGP happens. The second aspect of it is, with wide variety of exposure to different courses, you will probably also broaden your horizons into looking at available options, even when you look at a broad career in academia, say going from undergrad to master's to PhD and so forth. The third is with the mentorship aspect of it. You will also be able to speak to people who have already walked that path before, to understand their journey, to also get inputs, insights on what are the things that you could work on. So, since it is going to be one on one, it will be more personalized, and that should also help you make informed decisions post your grade 12th.
Okay, that seems really good. Another query I have is you mentioned about the University of California internship and all, and I'm really interested in that. But I come from a very small town and I don't have a lot of opportunity. So can you please tell me how the application process will work? How long will it happen? Will somebody sponsor the trip? Do we have to sponsor it ourselves? Like, can you please walk me down that?
So with all the trips and the access to opportunities that we have mentioned, it is completely taken care by LGAUP. There are no hidden costs involved, and the students do not have to spend any money out of their pocket, right from their commute to stay to food to the educational experience. All the expenses are covered by us. The applications to it is something which is floated once you are part of the LGAUP cohort. So as and when the opportunity comes up, we have those detailed communications made to the students. But there is one caveat of how it is dependent on how your engagement and performance is while you are at LGAUP program.
Okay. Before I go ahead, if your queries have been answered, I would request everyone to please lower your hands. Next, Shringavi, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if, since I'm in the Cambridge program in 9th grade currently, if we were to submit our report cards, which would include all our subjects, if we tend to excel in math and science, but tend to do not like average in the other humanity subjects such as history or literature, and so would all the subjects be considered equally, or is it mainly math and science?
So right now there is not much weightage to your school academic performance. I
Mm-hmm.
think the selection process that we have mentioned here is broadly on how you perform on the selection criteria, the test and the interviews. So I you shouldn't worry much about how your performance has been in math and science in school and not so good in history/geography or something on
Mm-hmm.
those. So you don't
And
have to worry about
since I'm in ninth grade currently, I should be applying for the 10th grade. I should apply
correct.
for 10th grade. Right? Okay, thank you
I
so
mean, you
much.
will be in 10th grade. You are eligible
Mm-hmm.
to apply. You should select the grade that you are currently in.
Okay, so I should apply for 9th.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Charukeshi, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Actually, I missed the first 10 to 12 minutes of this webinar. Probably what I'm going to ask would have been there or not, I don't know. But since the student asked about ICER, about which I didn't know earlier, so can I ask you about ICER also? Whatever information you have about it, the rest of it, could you also please tell me where to get that information from?
So I think the ICER information would be available on the Lodha Genius ICER program website. I think you'll be able to access those information there. Uh, Here, what we are discussing broadly is the Ashoka University program.
Okay.
And
Okay. So that
and
is
those are two different programs. We are not doing the ICER program.
Yeah, sure. Got it. Got it.
Okay.
And about Ashoka, if I may ask, probably I missed it in the first 10 minutes that I missed. This is a residential thing, and what is the duration and what is the fees?
Zero fees, no cost involved. Everything is taken care. It's a fully funded program. The duration for on campus is 4 weeks, followed by a year-long continued learning experience. So
Uh,
it's a year-long program.
okay, so how will the year-long program go about after that 1 month?
Okay,
Is
so
that
those few of those components I have discussed in the webinar. We'll be uploading the recording of
all
this
right?
webinar on YouTube, and we'll be also
Yeah.
sharing the recording. Yeah, so
Okay, sure.
you can refer to that. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Bhavika, you can go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, so in the application process, they asked us what was our last examination submission, and the last option was 2024. And currently, I'm in 8th grade, so I have entered the percentile of 7th grade.
Okay. That shouldn't be an issue. I think that is fine.
So that's all right, right?
That's all right. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I think we'll take a few of the last questions. Palak Rajani, please go ahead.
Hi. So I have
Hello.
two questions. Yeah, hi, good morning. I wanted to check my son is in grade 11. So he will apply now in grade 11, but he will be in grade 12 as he enters your program. That's fine, right?
That's fine. Yes. You have to enter
Okay.
your
And
current grade.
perfect. And second question is, will you be providing LORs for the universities? And since you said it is a year-long program, so will there be research publication opportunity?
Yes. There would be research publication opportunities. There would also be an avenue for student to receive LOR from the faculty that they have studied from.
Thank you so much.
But yes.
Yeah.
I think we will take the last question. After that, no, I think we might have time.
We have 5 more minutes left, so
Okay.
we can take questions for the next 5 minutes.
Abhishek, can you please go ahead? Abhishek, you might have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir. Good morning. I was wondering whether the application test would be rigor-based according to their respective grades.
So it is not respective to the grade, since it's not aligned. The questions are not aligned to your school curriculum entirely. It would be aptitude / rigor based.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And just one more thing for all the attendees till the time we're just answering the questions and wrapping up. There's a link to the next webinar that has been dropped in the chat box. So please register for the next webinar, which will happen in the coming Sunday on the 14th. And it's on eligibility criteria and application process, where we'll go in depth about like these things. So in the coming weeks, we have like these webinars where we give you more details about like the program and the application process and everything. So the link is there. So please register.
Vedant, we'll have your question next.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I had a question on the registration process. I am in ninth currently, and my half-yearly exams are over. So, should I put the percentile of my half-yearly exams or my eighth final exams?
So whichever mark sheet is available to you, if you have the mark sheet available for that, you can go ahead and proceed with adding that.
So, is it okay if I put my half-yearly percentage?
Yes, as long as you have a relevant mark sheet to support that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before the questions, I just wanted to ask, I just wanted to tell one thing. We have put it also in the chat, but for just to understand and get a flavor of the program, we have something called the Great Ideas Seminar, where you will be engaged with eminent scientists from all over the world. So just wanted to let you know that this time we will have Shubhanshu Shukla, who's a very famous astronaut who just went to space. Then we have Ben Feringa, who's a Nobel laureate in chemistry, coming and engaging with you. And we have Steve Brusette, who is a paleontologist working on dinosaurs. He's written amazing books, and I think that'll be super interesting for you. Then we have Hans Vander, who is from Hollywood, who works in the VFX area and who uses mathematics and VFX and physics, and it's a mishmash of different things to explore the application oriented fields. And many more coming up. And Shankar Balasubramaniam, very famous biochemist who's going to come. So you will also have, apart from the courses that you do, a great avenue for engaging with these great personalities. And I think you guys are really lucky if you get through the program, that you get to meet them, spend a day with them, speak with them, and discuss and get inspired. So just wanted to say before we close, but we still have 2 minutes. So on to more questions.
Arna?
Yeah, good morning, sir. In the slides you showed in the seminar, there was one that had the names of different universities like Harvard, Stanford. So do you have a partnership with those universities?
So we have people who are affiliated to those universities coming in different capacities, either as GIS speakers or as faculty members. We have partnerships with different universities. UCSC, University of California, Santa Cruz, is one such university where we have partnership. We have also partnership with CERN. So those are our partners right now. But then, of course, with terms of people who we are working with in different capacities, they are affiliated to all the institutions that were mentioned in that slide.
So if I applied to any of the universities that you have a partnership with, would I have an easier time in getting selected?
No, it would be a neutral process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I think it's 12. I can take one last question and then we can put a halt.
Okay. Before for everyone else, I have again pasted a link to the application and the email IDs that you can reach out to for all your questions. Kiansh, can you please go ahead?
Good morning, sir. So I would be in grade 9 during the program, and there are many fields in LGP that I have not explored yet. So how will LGP help me to select the field?
Uh, I think selecting the field, you mean if you mean the courses that would come later during the period, you will have a detailed description of what each course entails. That will give you a clearer idea that what is the course about, what are you expected to do, what will you learn from the course. Based on that, you can make choices, and like all of them are good learning avenues. None of them is so it shouldn't be an issue right now, even if you are right now in grade 9.
Website to see the previous.
And yes, there are those courses. Some of those are also available in website. The courses that we showed here are all available on website, where you can just have a look at it, and there's a small description on what the course is, about the courses. So that will give you also some clearer idea on what are the kind of courses that are there. And once, of course, when you are required to make a choice, you will have the detailed course outline for each course.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Perfect. So with that, we'll make a stop here. Thank you everyone for joining the webinar. Just to reiterate, the link to the application is shared in the chat. If you have any queries regarding the program or regarding the application process, you can reach out to the email IDs that are mentioned in the chat, or you may also call the helpline numbers that are mentioned there. The recording of this webinar will be shared with you. It will also be uploaded on YouTube soon. So if in case you have joined the webinar midway or lost some bit of it, or you would want to revisit some of the aspects that we have communicated, you can refer to the recording and do that. So yeah, once again, thank you everyone for joining. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.